Today, we're going to be making a simple auto-scale title in After Effects, like this. First thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the rectangle tool. We're going to click and drag a rectangle. Then we're going to center it middle vertically and horizontally with the align tool there. We're going to click our titles over here, action safe, and we're going to center our anchor point. All right, now we're going to zoom back out. We're going to go to these, I already have it typed in here, the slider control. So just type in slider control, drag that on top of this layer, and we're going to rename the slider control to padding. So to rename, you hit enter, capital P on the padding. We're going to take the text tool here, going to click and drag, and we're going to say Mr. Man. That is the guy's name. And we're going to center that text horizontally and vertically. First, we're going to rename our text down here to rectangle, and you'll see why in a minute. So our expression can take the text from there using that name. And then we're going to scroll down here under our contents, rectangle path. We're going to all click on the size, and then we're going to paste our expression that's in the description, and then we're going to click away. And now our shape layer has magically sized to our text, but that doesn't look that great. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the padding of it, and we're going to add some padding. So we're going to add 160. That looks pretty good. So nice, we have our text, and it resizes, as you'll see, Mr. Man Joe. It resizes depending on what we put in there. So I like Mr. Man better. All right, so let's see how we can make this look a little bit cooler. So let's go to 1 second, and we're going to hit S on the scale of the shape layer. We're going to right click. We're going to uncheck the link. We're going to go back 20 frames. Hold shift, control, and arrow, and you'll jump 10 frames. And we're going to bring that to 0. So let's see what that does. Opens up the rectangle. So that doesn't look that great. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight these frames. We're going to hit F9, easy ease them. That looks a little better. But if we want to make it really cool, we're going to highlight the last frame, go into the graph editor, make this or fit this over here so fit all graphs. And then we're going to drag this little handle over holding shift until it looks cool. Drag it as far as it will go. And now we're going to see what that looks like. So we start off quick, then we end up slow. All right, not too bad, but our text is there and it's not looking amazing. So what we can do is we can duplicate this layer underneath the shape layer, put it on top of the text, and then hit over here on the track mat, alpha mat the top shape layer. So alpha mat, what that means is it's only going to show up wherever that mat is. So let's see what that looks like now. So that's actually pretty cool. But if we want to even spice it up a tiny bit more, what we can do is we can have that open up and then have the text pop up. So what I'll do is I'll go to in the middle of these two keyframes. I'm going to hit a P for position. I'm going to go ahead 20 keyframes, hit another P for position. I'm going to go back and I'm going to drag this text down. Holding shift and dragging down will keep it in that same line. And I'm going to move it down below. There we go. And you say, that looks silly. It does, but what we're going to do is we're going to move this track mat up, because this track mat is what's dictating where that text is showing. So we're going to move that up a little bit out of the way. That text won't show until it pops up over the alpha mat. All right, let's see what that looks like. All right, that looks kind of cool. But let's do that little graph editor trick to our last keyframe. See what that looks like. Even cooler. All right, I don't mind that. It's looking cool. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to end that. At some point, you're going to want the text to end. So we're going to go to 5 seconds. We're going to copy these keyframes, Control C, Control V to paste. Then we're going to right click on them, Keyframe Assistant, and Time Reverse. We're going to do the same thing with the bottom keyframes. Control C, move over 10 frames, Control V, and do a right click. Time reverse keyframes. As I noticed, we have the alpha mat moving as well. We don't really need that, so I'm going to delete these alpha mat keyframes here. Save my project. All right, so let's see what that looks like. Not too shabby. Stays up for a minute so you can read it, and drops down. Looks kind of cool. All right, so let's take title 1. Let's duplicate it. So in the project panel, we're going to do Control D, and we're going to name that. Hit enter to change the name. Title 2. Going to double click that, and now we have the same one, except we're going to change the text. Mr. Man, owner of things. And the text is too big for that, so I'm going to drag this text box out. I'm going to hold Alt, and I'm going to hold Control, drag it out. There we go. Both those shape layers are going to auto size to that text, so everything still works, which to me is just beautiful. So what we're going to do now, we have these two titles. We're going to put them all in one final comp. We're going to drag title 1 into this little box down here. That'll make a new comp with that title inside. Now we have the Mr. Man. We're going to bring title 2 down. We're going to drag that on top, and we're going to bring it down, and we're going to scale it down. So we're going to hit S. We're going to scale it down 50%, and let's put it over top, a little bit bottom, and let's also change the color of the title 1. Let's make the background color yellow and purple might be nice. Let's try purple. And yeah, let's drag this over a tiny bit more. I like it. Let's see what that looks like. That looks decent. The only thing is they both come on at the same time, and I don't love that. So let's offset them a little bit. Let's drag the second one over 12 frames, half a second. Let's see what that looks like. Not bad. All right, now let's see what the final the full comp is. As we reverse the keyframes so they disappear, so you don't have to fade your title out. I just wanted to show you guys how to create this. I'm also going to leave you the project file you can download from our website. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. If you want me to go in depth with designing titles a little more, I can do that. Any questions you have about anything in After Effects, let me know. I'd love to make tutorials about them all. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and yeah, check you next time.